Start recording right now. Sorry about that. So once again, what we should have done to be all caught up, all right, is by the end of class today, you should hopefully have this checkpoint 3 finished. So you have your topic, you have your research, 5 to 7 of these rows filled out, right? And that means you also already have finished checkpoint 2, your argument time right that looks like this, okay? And the prompt and directions are on a Google Doc that I've shared with you if you have this. You also have checkpoint 1 finished, okay? Questions on any of that so far? On where to find this, on what you need to do? Okay, again, remember, if I don't hear anything from you, I'm going to assume you're good to go. So if you do have a question, please give me a shout or put it in the chat. But if you have finished checkpoint 3, either over the weekend or you get it finished up today, then, like I said, we got one more checkpoint to tackle after that one. So I'm going to explain that one real quick. So I'm going to assign this all to you this morning, but what you're doing is you're just going back to your main summit page right here, and you'll see checkpoint 4 says take a position, all right? And then what you're going to do when you click on that checkpoint right here, it'll bring you to a page that looks like this. And basically all you're doing here is you're just crafting your claim for your argument. So you have your topic that you researched, like mine was everybody should be automatically registered to vote when they turn 18. That was my example topic, if you remember. So now what you're doing here is just crafting your argument, crafting your claim. All right. So, and it gives you kind of this checklist of what your final product is going to have to include eventually. You should have a major claim, several minor claims, meaning like your supporting reasons that have sufficient evidence to back them up. You should have a counterclaim and then a rebuttal for each counterclaim. So knowing all that in this box, that's where you're going to put your argument.
What class is this again?
Creative writing. So if I was doing this, and again, just real quick, because I want to give you guys as much time to get caught up on stuff, right? But if I was doing this for my voting example, right, that means I would have already filled out my topic up here. I'd already have done my research. I know my articles and my quotes and all that stuff. I know the argument I want to make. So then in this box, I'm just crafting my kind of claim, my major claim statement. And maybe I say, like, voting rights are a huge part of our, if I can remember how to spell,
I don't see demo notebook.
Constitution. So demo notebook you won't see. That's why I'm sharing my screen with you guys. As soon as I'm done going over this, I'm gonna assign it to all of you, and then if you refresh your page, checkpoint 4 should come up, and you'll see the same thing that I'm doing. Sorry,
Okay.
sorry I didn't clarify that first. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah. So this is just kind of my screen share right now, and then I'll X out of this and assign this to all you guys. So maybe if I'm crafting this claim in this box, I would do like a quick little intro, maybe like this, like our country's constitution. Um, Everyone deserves to have their voice heard, but some demographics have a tougher time getting registered to vote because of racial or socioeconomic barriers. Then now I kind of have my little intro there. And so now I tell you my claim. This is why um, I feel that everyone should be automatically registered to vote when they turn 18. Okay, so that would kind of give me a good claim to set up the rest of my op-ed, the rest of my paper, to be able to do all these things. So now I could have my minor claims, which I've hinted at in here already, like, okay, everybody has the right to vote. Lots of people have, face a lot of barriers to get registered. So if we automatically register people, then that would take care of that, and then so on and so forth. So you would do something similar with your topic, whether your topic is, we should have entrepreneurship classes in school, whether it is, supporting Black Lives Matter, whatever it is that you put down for your checkpoint 3. Okay, you're going to craft uh, that claim in this box here. If you are having trouble getting started, um, there is, with this checkpoint, I should say, there's a graphic organizer I can share with you as you start to work on this. And if you are getting a little bit stumped, then we can chat and I can share that with you and kind of help you out. All right. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick kind of explanation of what you're going to do for checkpoint 4. So that's all you're doing for this checkpoint, by the way, is you're just practicing, crafting your claim. And, I'll send it back to you if you need to revise anything. But once you do this, the rest of your paper is pretty much right itself, because you have your claim statement, you've done your research in checkpoint 3, and now you're just kind of all putting it together in essay form, right? So that means today, what are we focused on getting done? We are focused on getting done checkpoint 3. If we didn't get that finished over the weekend, okay, again, should have 5 to 7 of these rows filled out. And if we get that finished, we are starting checkpoint 4, which looks like this, that I will assign to all of you right now. Okay. Any new questions on anything? Are we understanding what we need to do, what we need to have done? Give me a thumbs up or a yes in the chat if you are on board with me with what we need to have done. Please do that now as I assign you checkpoint 4 so that you can go there as you finish. And that lets me know everybody's on the same page. All right, so you should all have checkpoint 4 assigned to you. Again, if you can give me a quick thumbs up or a yes in the chat that you are on board with me with what we have to do, what we have to get done, understanding everything. Just give me a quick check-in and then I'll turn you guys loose. You should be good to go. I want to hear or see something from you real quick right now so I know everybody's still with me. I apologize if you could hear my bones cracking on that one. Everybody still with me? Yes. If I don't see anything in the chat, I'm going to assume we're good to go. So if you are not, please let me know. All right, ladies and gents. Well, then, if there are no questions, if everybody's good to go, I'm going to turn over the bulk of the rest of our time to you guys to keep working on stuff, get caught up with what you are working on. As you're doing that, I will be looking at, I see a couple of you have requested feedback on some stuff, on some other older checkpoints. So I will be looking at those and I will send those back to you and be checking those as you are getting caught up on this stuff. Okay. And then by the end of the day today, I will have checkpoint 3 checked, and I'll have all those colors updated. All right. So, working on what you know you should be working on. If that means you're finishing up checkpoint 3 and then starting checkpoint 4, that's great. If that means I'm still a little behind and I'm finishing up checkpoint 2 and then I got to start checkpoint 3, then definitely make sure you're using your time effectively today. So I will check back in about 15, see where everybody's at, and then we will go from there. All right. If you have questions as you're working on anything, post them in the chat or turn your mic on. Let me know. All right. And good luck. And I'll check back in a few. Thank you, guys. All right, also the link to the Summit Lab is in the chat right now. Right, so I will be in there from 1 to 3 later today. Please feel free to jump in if you need help getting caught up. In terms of what we should have done to be caught up, I will share my screen again real quick and show you that now. All right. So on Summit, you should have checkpoint 1, which has been due for a while, so we already know that. Checkpoint 2, your argument timed right, that looks like this, where you are giving me those 4 paragraphs right here. I have a Google Doc with the prompt and directions. Let me know if you still don't have it. I can share that with you. And then checkpoint 3, this is what we started last week. That looks like this. Okay, so this is what is due by the end of today. So this is what I will be checking and updating your color on in Summit today. You're listing your topic that you're going to write your argument about, your op-ed, and then list your articles and quotes and an explanation of those quotes. All right, 5 to 7 of these rows should be filled out. You can do more if you need to. And then if you are all caught up and you get this finished, you can work on checkpoint 4, which is where you are kind of keeping all these little checkpoint boxes in mind and crafting, a sentence or two to state your claim that you're then going to use in your essay, just like I did with my voting rights example. Okay. So that is everything we should have done to be caught up and up to date. All right. I know a lot of us are at different places, so that's fine. The best tool that you guys can utilize to be caught up and get stuff done is coming to those Summit Labs, and then we can have kind of a little more one-on-one time. I can explain stuff if you need it broken down a little bit more, and it gives you time to work as well. Right, so please make sure you do that. Right. Before we go today, are there questions on anything that you need to work on? Are there questions on anywhere? Where do I find something on Summit? What does this checkpoint mean? Anything like that? Okay, then if you understand this is everything that needs to be done to be caught up, and I know what I need to work on and finish, please give me a thumbs up or a yes in the chat right now before we go. I want to see one of these from everybody so I know everybody is, number 1, still here and listening, and number 2, on the same page. If you are confused on anything that we need to get caught up on or that you need to do, then give me a thumbs down or a no, so that I know you might need to meet with me in the Summit Lab. So I got one from Jaheim. Thank you. All right. I should see one of these from everybody before we go, since we only got about 2 minutes left. So again, if you understand everything that is due, you need to have done to be all caught up, all right, and understand what you need to work on, give me a thumbs up or a yes in the chat. And Ayana, I will hopefully see you later this afternoon, and we can kind of talk more one-on-one and make sure you understand what you need to work on. Right. So Quay, Sammy, Nakaya, Manai, Jazz, how are you guys feeling? All right. That's fine, Sammy. I can see you in the summer lab as well. I will be there. So you guys have the link. I put it in the chat. Make sure you copy paste that or screenshot it if you don't have it. And if you need help with anything, feel free to come to that. Right. So I've heard from just about everybody. Quay, Manaya, how are you two doing? Yes, you're good. You understand everything that's due, what you need to work on. Or no, I might need a little help. I might need to come to the Summit Lab. If you can let me know in the chat before we go, I would appreciate it. If you have already, then you guys are good to go. Sammy and Ayana, you guys are good. All right. All right, Sammy, that sounds good. I can email that out to you. All right. I'm going to write myself a note right now before I forget. All right. If I don't hear from anybody else, I'm going to assume you guys are good to go. All right, Alvin, I'm going to go ahead and end the chat for today. Hopefully, I will see some of you in the Summit Lab later today from between 1 and 3. Whatever time works best for you, just jump into the lab. I will be in there. And if not, keep up the good work. And hopefully, you know what you need to get caught up on. I will see you again on Thursday. All right, good job. See you guys.